I really couldn't control that situation, so I'm sorry. Hopefully we can get it fixed. Hopefully some people tune in. Got a bad feeling a lot of people will not. But yeah. So let's get started with the next tutorial about orbits. I'm gonna turn the music down, and just my ears namely, but I'll turn it down in y'all a little bit as well because it has been. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna see if the game breaks the audio again. I've got it kind of ready as well, so where's my system sounds? I don't have system as a dial on here, so I may have to pull up my Wavelink software. So that if I need to make a quick adjustment, I can. Are we gonna load? I know that it's taking you a minute, but that does not tell you to get the things done. Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to eat and relax a little bit. I haven't eaten all day, so... Well, other than breakfast. So, we're gonna see. You didn't. I can see how many viewers are on at this time. Kerbal was acting weird. I'm gonna be real. Tonight may just not go well. I am warning y'all now, this early in the stream. Things may just fall apart and we have to say, okay, yeah, no, this ain't gonna work. But we are still on the loading screen. We are just sitting here enjoying a loading screen. Have any of y'all had a chance to play Kerbal Space Station? I looked at some of the reviews today. Most of the people were more concerned about the price, which isn't shocking. I think a lot of people who don't put a lot of time into the game are more about the sticker shock. And yeah, 50 bucks is a lot of money for a game, but I was actually expecting 70. Are we gonna load? Hello. I should add like a little like background on the socials up here, because we're on like a clear background. Like I need them to be somewhat dynamic. Are one of you just not crash pad handlers up? I think the game crashed. We may just have to cancel tonight. If the game's crashed, I'm gonna okay, I'm gonna try rebooting the game. See if that'll help. And if we can't load, then... Well, yeah, I know. It's like today is the day that you should be streaming, because this is the day that you can get a lot of people. Really, what I need to be doing is streaming midday on Saturdays, because that's when most of my viewers are online, which means that, you know, people who are watching my content will slowly flow in. But right now, that just ain't happening. The game's not even launching. Like, the game, like, will boot up and then crash immediately. It's not even the game, because they launched their like little launcher tool. The other thing is that if you're gonna have a separate launcher, I should be able to select from that launcher the game. Okay, so now we're gonna load from here, and then we're gonna try to go into tutorial. If the tutorial is not gonna, if the tutorial crashes again, I may just cancel because I'm gonna be real. I have no plan for what's going on. I'm watching everything. Okay, I don't care. We're gonna leave. I don't like how page. Can I like turn off the tutorial for some things? Shut up. I've already done the tutorial, so I don't care. Okay. Training center, that's what we wanted. I mean, that's the thing, is like, I don't know what to do about that. Apparently YouTube doesn't think you're watching. I think you're not on the live moment. Okay. The game will be paused while in the tutorial. Okay. Now we wait and see if it loads. The crash pad handler was up by default, so it may not have crashed. That's weird. Darn it. That makes me mad. So the crash handler's up by default. It's a Unity thing. So they built this game in Unity, which might be why it sucks somewhat as far as like graphics and all of that, because Unity has gone downhill. I think if you're gonna make it on a high end, I would go for Unreal, but I think Unreal is more graphics focused, while while Unity is more physics. So, and given that this game is very much more physics based, there's probably a stupid bug in this tutorial just bricks the game. Let me pull up the community hub and see if there's anything on that, because it may be that, hey, yeah, this is broken. Apparently a lot of hate. 100% better on Linux, apparently. I'm gonna see if they've got anything in this. Okay. Hmm. I'm not seeing anything in the community page about it getting stuck. But don't judge me, I'm upset. Speculation multiplayer goal is killing KSP2. Fun thing to play again. It's not dead in the water. It actually had a pretty good release from what I saw. Working in anything but 1x speed is a big loss. That doesn't work in the initial one. I think the game's not gonna let us do the tutorial, which sucks. And it was acting weird when I played earlier. Yeah, like they're saying that this game was dead in the water when it released, and it's like not really. But I will say they probably need to flesh it out just a little bit. Yeah, it's not for normal computers. Whoa, things changed. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got a loading bar. I've just been skimming through things. Here we go.
Weird. Remember your orbiting baseball? What if you wanted to make its orbit higher? Well, it's a baseball, so grab your bat and try to hit the ball to a higher orbit. Your first thought might be to try to deflect the ball upwards.
Hello.
Unfortunately, hitting the ball upward bends its orbit so that it hits the ground before it can return to you. What you need to do is hit the ball in the direction it's already moving, adding to its already high velocity. Now that you've sped the ball up, why isn't it flying any higher? It just keeps whizzing by at the same height it always did. After all, I said that making it go faster would make it go higher. What gives? The ball is actually going higher, but it's going higher on the opposite side of the planet from where you're standing. You've raised its orbit, and you've learned the first lesson of orbital maneuvering. Your actions affect the opposite side of your orbit. Weird, huh? So your ball is moving faster, but it's still passing you at the same height. How do you get its orbit higher on this side of the planet? Now that you know how changes in velocity affect the other side of your orbit, you've got all you need. By adding velocity to the ball at the highest point in its orbit, you raise the lowest point in its orbit and make it circular again.
That's funny. They definitely tried to make this more humorous. Okay. Let's crack on to it. Yeah, the game is acting a little weird, but we'll see.
Remember how you circularized your orbit by increasing your forward velocity? To raise your orbit,
yeah, it did.
Just do more of the same. It's time to burn prograde. Now that we're pointed the right way, we can increase the throttle and watch our orbit expand. Ooh, cut the throttle. If you nice. That maneuver raised our orbit on the other side of Kerbin, so we will enter high orbit there. Waiting to reach a specific point can be as eventful as watching the neon stripes on your rover dry. The paint job will be worth it, but isn't it better to rush to the end? Skip ahead to the good stuff using a time warp. Like I said earlier, the highest point of our orbit is called the
apoapsis, and then you had your periapsis.
Our orbit is known as the periapsis. Scroll the middle mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Double-click an object to center your camera on it. Click the middle mouse button to enter FreeCam. Press home to Excellent! You can time warp to any position on your trajectory by selecting a point on your vehicle's current path, and then selecting time warp to point. Now
here we go.
In the sky, so high that if you circularize your orbit now, you'll be in high orbit. Wow, the black starry void looks so small from here.
I do think they've added too many loading segments. If anything, I think they should go ahead and start the loading of the next tutorial towards the end. Like during the last step, it should start the loading. So when I click next, it automatically starts it.
rocket so it can generate and store EC. Most rocket engines generate electric charge while active, but we'll still need a way to keep our batteries full while coasting between maneuvers. Solar panels convert Kerbal's light into EC for our rockets. Small solar panels can just be placed,
Yep.
but large solar panels are delicate and must only be deployed once we're out of the atmosphere. I've equipped this rocket with 2 deployable solar panels. Just kidding. There's a handy button that opens all of them with a single click. Give it a try. Great! The solar panels are now extended. Light-tracking solar panels only rotate on one axis, so we may need to reorient our ship to point them fully at the sun. Let's make sure. Excellent. The solar panels are soaking up all of those sweet photons and giving our rocket some much-needed EC. You can see the status of any solar panel within the part manager in the electrical parts menu. You can either access the app directly by clicking the app button, or you can right-click a part to directly access it in the part manager. Getting EC is one thing.
Yep. But you need batteries, and the more batteries you have, yeah.
But many missions will call for additional EC storage. When we're traveling far from the sun or going to the dark side of a planet, more
battery means more peace of mind. Yep. Cool. Again, interface issues and so on. I definitely think the game needs some work. After having played it some, there's definitely some work that still needs to be done
At some
in
point,
the tutorials.
we'll run out of snacks. Did you know a Kerbal is 99.9% more likely to crash when hungry? That's when it's time to head back down to Kerbin, a planet known for its... Remember how we burned prograde to raise our orbit? To lower our orbit, we burn in the opposite direction. Now, flip retro... All right, the rocket is aligned to retrograde. As we decelerate, watch what's happening to our periapsis.
Okay.
As it enters the atmosphere, this rocket is on a path back to the ground. Don't ease off the throttle yet, though. We're gonna keep burning until our trajectory intercepts the ground. This should give us a good idea. That's it. Let's stop our burn. Now that we're on a collision course with Kerbin, we need to turn that collision into something more survivable. This process of crashing without dying is called landing. Our upcoming... Great! We're on our way down and our heat shield is exposed.
Okay. Interesting. So we now know how to control the orbit, and this also explained a lot of things I wasn't getting from KSP1, which is really awesome. Why? Hello. You don't have to break. I don't know what the heck it did, but close. Kerbal Space Center. Yeah, no. Yeah, I noticed that was glitching, so I just stayed silent for a second. Okay, we'll try orbital transfers, because I think we can get this to... These 4-part tutorials are not very long, so we can definitely get them out of the way and have all of them done. Does seem like not many people are tuning in tonight, which is kind of sad. I think tonight's stream is probably gonna be a flop because we changed last minute. So
As you know, the faster you go, the higher your orbit gets. If you get moving fast enough, your orbit may cross the orbit of some other object, like a moon or a planet. The closest celestial body to Kerbin is the Mun. If you're looking for somewhere else to fly a rocket, the Mun is a good choice. The real trick to getting there is timing your departure so that the Mun captures your vehicle at its highest point. If you mistime your departure, you may miss the Mun entirely, which creates a lot of paperwork. Let's assume you've left at the right time and the Mun is there to meet you. As your vessel approaches the Mun, it enters a zone in which the Mun's gravitational influence on your orbit is stronger than Kerbin's. This zone is called the Mun's sphere of influence. You've had to go very quickly to escape Kerbin's gravity, much too fast for the Mun's low gravity to capture you. If you don't slow down, your vehicle will speed past the Mun and be flung farther into space. Remember what I said about paperwork? Once you're in the Mun's gravity well, the best way to slow down is to fire your engines backwards until your trajectory becomes a nice, stable orbit.
Okay.
Now you're a moon of the Mun.
See, that's useful. Like, they explain exactly the procedure of what you need to do to actually get the moon. Gonna give my audio system a second. I think I'm gonna have to check drivers and stuff after the stream. Give you an explanation of exactly what you need to do to get to the moon. And they explain it in a way with all the tutorials that's like, oh, hey, it makes sense. Which means that you've kind of learned it. So I think we'll go through all these tutorials. FYI for the Discord, sadly, I think I'm going to have to update our...
Rocket orbit over turbine and ready to fly. The mission today is to, drumroll please, intercept and orbit the Mun.
Why are we broken? We shouldn't be broken. There we go. Reason like the moment I click aim, there we go. We're back. So I may have to update the rules on the Discord. Sadly, I think we've had plenty of issues that have told me that it is going to be important to make a no politics rule. I really don't want to do that because I think that there is a place for political discourse, but honestly, some people have taken it a little bit too far, and I think it's kind of time to just say, okay, we got to be done. By right-clicking the moon. And then set target. Continue. Okay, second, remember how increasing velocity raises the opposite side of the orbit since we're placing. Well, the problem is I think that a lot of people are not... Here's the issue. Although I would like to do that, I really don't think that the person in question is going to follow the rules and stay in there. Okay, create maneuver plan. And then... Oh, I need to unmute. Oh, of course, that broke. Okay, so grab and pull the arrows.
Nice! That maneuver event towards the end of your trajectory is exactly what we're looking for. It tells us that if we execute this plan, we'll intercept the Mun.
Good to know.
If a maneuver looks right, but we're not getting the intercept we expect, we can change the starting position of the maneuver by grabbing and dragging the middle of the maneuver plan along our orbit. It's very common to refine a maneuver plan by adjusting both the position of the maneuver and the direction of the planned burn. If we don't want to maneuver at all, we can delete the plan, either by right-clicking the gizmo and selecting delete, or through the burn timer. Maneuvers are invaluable when you're in orbit. Feel free to come back and practice anytime. We've got a maneuver plan that intercepts the Mun. just need to
I don't know why it's doing that.
Whenever we have a maneuver plan, a burn timer will appear. The timer shows you how much time is left until we need to execute the maneuver. I've paused the simulation for a moment, so this number won't count down quite yet. The timer also tells us how long we'll need to burn our engines at 100% throttle in order to complete the maneuver. Now let's take a look at the nav ball. A new marker has joined our old prograde and retro. Now your vehicle is properly oriented.
I like this.
Through the magic of SAS and more math than I'd like to admit, our vessel is properly oriented. We're still far from our planned burn, so let's speed things up. While we could rely on our reflexes to time warp at the perfect moment.
Ooh, that is a good feature. Clicking warp to maneuver here makes more sense than clicking on like the opposite side of the orbit.
Departure burn, here we come. Great. We've exited just before our maneuver burn, and I've paused the simulation once more. After we select continue, remember to wait until the countdown reaches 0. Then we'll go full throttle until our burn timer reaches 0. Then cut the throttle quickly to avoid overshooting our target. Okay, get ready to hit the throttle.
Okay, 27, 26, 25, 23. Yeah, okay. Did this too early. We could have done like 15 or 10. Do, 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 do. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Execute.
Watch the burn timer. We want to stop our burn once it reaches 0.
Okay. We got 40 seconds of burn. We're going to let this run. This is significantly better of an experience, and I enjoy this compared to Kerbal Space Program 1. This is what we need in KSP 1. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everything's looking great. Cut the throttle. Great work. You've
There we go.
successfully executed a maneuver, and now we're on our way to the Mun.
Awesome. This is overall, this experience makes things make a lot more sense and makes the control a lot easier, a lot more clear. Like, for instance, this dial here makes so much more sense than the dial that was off to the side, because you had to memorize what all the symbols meant. It's like with this, I can kind of tell what this means in relation to what my ship is doing. Yeah, so like the delay is a bunch of different factors too. It could be your internet speed, it could be my internet speed, and it could be the time to process the CSS. I don't know. There's a bunch of factors that can happen.
It's going to take a while to reach the Mun, but don't let the wait fool you. We're now moving faster than any Kerbal has ever flown before. When we enter the Mun's sphere of influence, we'll be going way too fast for the Mun's gravity to capture our vehicle. To orbit the Mun, we'll need to burn retrograde once we're inside its SOI, or sphere of influence. This will slow us down enough to keep us. Let's start by time warping until we're within the Mun's sphere of influence. That's the sphere within which the Mun is the primary gravitational influence on your vehicle. Let's get a little bolder with farewell, Kerbin. We'll miss you.
Okay, here we go. We are approaching. Okay, I'm gonna start. Oh my, no, that slows it down way too much. Look at the wall. We shall be enveloped by the wall. The wall is good. Okay.
Welcome to the Mun's sphere of influence. Let's slow down. Did you notice that we've got a periapsis above the Mun, but no apoapsis? That's because we're going too fast to complete an orbit before sailing past the Mun. Don't worry, we have time to adjust. Our objective is to slow down enough so that both apoapsis and periapsis are within the Mun's sphere of influence. Remember the rule of orbital opposites. Because we want to lower your apoapsis, we'll need to place our maneuver plan at the periapsis. Let's get started. In order to reduce our apoapsis, we need to slow down by burning backwards, or retrograde. This is a little like deorbiting over Kerbin, but we're going to stop burning before our trajectory. Maneuver plan set. Next up, let's make sure we're pointed. If the maneuver is right, and we're pointed in the right direction, now we need to...
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Almost there. When the countdown reaches 0, throttle up to start your capture burn.
For 3, 2, 1.
Keep burning until the burn timer reaches 0.
2, 1. Cut.
Fantastic. That was some fancy flying.
There we go.
Me like you're about ready to try this for real.
Oh, wow. And that's the end of all the tutorials. I think overall, the tutorials have highlighted that things have gone very well with KSP1. I do think that because of all the change and all that, it's going to be best to go ahead and end tonight's stream. I know we're ending early. I know that, you know, everything's... But I think I've kind of thrashed things enough for tonight. So, and I really don't have a plan for the rest of the night. So we're going to go ahead and probably stop here so that I can actually think through things, because I have not. And yeah. But without further ado, this has been Light signing out, and God bless y'all.